Hi, this is Anjali and welcome to another episode of Ashley Couch Conversations. And today I have the lovely, the beautiful Terri-Karelle Reid, Dr. Terri-Karelle Reid.
Hi.
Terri, you are the beautiful and fabulous. You're a mother.
Yes.
You're a TV presenter. You're a hostess with the mostest.
Thank
You're just
you.
amazing. You're a professional. You're an inspiration.
Thank
you're
you.
a philanthropist and you're an advocate. And I just love that about you.
Thank you.
So how are you?
I'm well. God is good. God
Yes.
has been good, and I just choose to be very grateful. Even in these challenging times, I kind
Absolutely.
of always look for the things that are going well,
Mm-hmm.
the things that are going right, and I hold on to those.
Focus on those.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So pivot has become like the new buzzword, a huge pivot in your personal life, in your professional life, where you had to pivot from going to learn veterinary medicine and returning home.
So I had always wanted to be a veterinarian when I was like 4. And so all the steps that I took, the grades that I decided to do, I even volunteered at Jamaica Society for the Prevention of Cruelty Animals because I'm gonna be a veterinarian. Got the scholarship, went to Cuba, came home, and the board looked at me and said, yeah, congrats, but we do not accredit students who study veterinary medicine in Cuba. And so you can imagine I was broke while I needed the scholarship. You finish your studies, you come home, so you're still
Broke.
and now you just want to do the exams
going.
and get going.
Yeah.
I was offered a job with no resume, no CV, because the year prior, 2006, I was just coming to the end of Miss Jamaica World.
Because Miss Jamaica World was 2005.
So you reigned for the year.
Absolutely, yes.
And so I had the opportunity of being an ambassador at this Caribbean Classic Golf Invitational, and that just required me speaking to persons.
Right.
I was the ambassador,
Being
Terri, putting tablets in schools, especially the at-risk schools, and I ended up hosting their auction. I get this call saying, "Hey, we remembered you from 2006 and we remembered your ability to relate and people liked you and you engaged. You want to try public relations?"
I know. What you doing right now?
I said, "Well, what is public?" I didn't even know what public relations is, but I said, you know what? I told God to sort it out,
Yeah.
and this is Him
Oh,
opening
sorting
a
it out
door.
for you.
And that is what has happened over the years, where I was not formally trained, I was not qualified, but when I showed up in spaces, I did so, even without knowing it, in a manner that made people remember me for something.
How would you advise students and professionals who are now faced with just the grim nothingness?
For students who might be wondering, how to deal with things like this, I can only tell them the things that I realized along my journey of pivoting is, one, you are more than you know you are. You are multi-talented and multifaceted.
You don't have to
And
tell me
so
that, boy.
when you realize you're not defined by what you study, you realize that you're so open to a lot of other things.
Yep.
Which means that you're no longer going to have a fixed mindset, but you
Right.
now need to have a very flexible and open mindset.
You are such an incredible example to others, but more importantly, to your daughter. I see the way Naima looks at you. I see the way you and her interact.
Yeah.
How has COVID impacted just that?
She loves homeschooling. She
Wow.
loves the process. She does not want to go back to a face-to-face. She's self-motivated, takes out her books, her computer, everything the night before. And I tell people this all the time, and maybe this is something that I learned from my grandma and my mom while growing in a single-parent home. When you teach your children or your child to be independent, what happens is that it frees you up.
Yep.
So I am not as frustrated because she's already doing her thing. So only if there's a glitch, a technical glitch, a Wi-Fi glitch,
You can call
does
her
she
mommy.
really need me?
So tell us about E for Life.
E for Life is an NGO. I call it the little engine that could. Small group of persons who serve victims of sexual abuse. But not just sexual abuse, but these women and oftentimes girls have been sexually abused. They've been impregnated. They've been given HIV, and then to top all of that off, they're usually ostracized by family, communities, as well as schools.
Deserted.
And, exactly. And let's be real, we don't hear about NGOs like this because sexual abuse is not a sexy topic.
And it's very one that makes us very uncomfortable. Yeah, we don't want to talk about it at all.
People don't like to talk about things
no.
that are uncomfortable. But this goes beyond. This is reproductive health. This is sexual health. These are girls who are now mothers. And so now you have this NGO that serves them to rehabilitate, to coach, to mentor, to make sure that they're taking their medicine, and to ensure that they're getting access to their education and good nourishment. It's a lot. When you abuse a little girl or a woman, it's not one thing, it is layers. It's multiple areas that are affected.
Oh my gosh,
And so that is my charity of choice.
So I really admire Ashley HomeStore for the partnership now that they have with persons like yourself, with you beautiful, wonderful women who have given of yourself, because you don't need to. You've given of yourselves, and now Ashley wants to give back. And so for the month of November, Ashley is going to be donating a part of all purchases towards your charity.
And even that is commendable. Like when I got the call, and you have to understand that persons are holding back for obvious reasons. There's uncertainty. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. And so you find that individual budgets have been cut.
Absolutely. Understandably.
Corporate entities are also in the very same position. And so I just want to take the opportunity to even thank Ashley, because they could have said, you know what, 2020 is cancelled. Let us try this next year. Let's reset for next year. But the fact that they will still say, if things are bad for all of us, can you imagine
those young women,
communities? So I mean, I thank Ashley a lot for sticking with this initiative and just being the perfect example of what corporate social responsibility should look like and feel like. Absolutely.
And I want to thank you for being that voice, for being that person, for being motivation and inspiration to so many. And more than that, for just giving yourself and your time. And thank you for joining us on the couch.
Let me tell you, this is how I come to a couch. It's not just here to look pretty. This is actually a very cozy and comfortable couch.
And this was an incredible conversation we did, Terry, on this couch. And I feel very honored to have had this talk with you. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. And again, thank you to Ashley Furniture.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for joining us.